Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into the always informative, always entertaining, the Boxing Authorities. Joining me at the desk, as always, two guys that don't care about time, Luther Dupree Jr. and Smoking Jim Frazier, and my name is Claudio Relsano. Let's jump to it. Fight results. Luther, I'm shocked. Joseph Parker, now 35-3 and 23 knockouts, unanimous decision. Over Zhang Zhang, who's now 26-1, 21 knockouts. Luther, thoughts on the fight?
Listen, I'm completely disappointed. I thought Zhang was going to finish him. He dropped him twice. He started off very fast. I think he won the fight. I think he won a close fight, a couple 10-8 rounds. But once again, Zhang is 40. He ran out of gas towards the end of the fight. But I thought he landed the cleaner shots, the harder shots. Joseph Parker was busier, never had Zhang hurt. I don't like it. Look at two of Zhang's losses. One to my guy, Philip Herkovich, and this one. He's dropped both of those guys 4 times, and he lost both of those, those matches.
Good point.
He just can't get a decision on the cards. I think Smoking Jim did say if it came down to a decision, he wouldn't get it. Right. I didn't think Parker would last. I didn't think it. Even on the second knockdown, he looked over to the corner like he was ready to quit. I think if Zhang could have turned it up a little bit more, he could have finished him. But again, man, Zhang is 40. He's running out of gas, and this might have been his last one. They put Joseph Parker in to kind of block Zhang from getting that Fury fight. I hope they have a rematch, and I hope Zhang jumps on him early.
In October.
We'll see. We'll see. I hope they do, and I hope Zhang jumps on him. I think if he jumped on him earlier and really tried to get him out of there, he would have, because Joseph Parker's tough. Let me say this. Joseph Parker, the last 2 fights, has really impressed me.
Exactly. I'm with you, Luke.
He's changed his game. He shows he has a good chin. He took some shots against Zhang. Wilder hit him a few times, but Zhang caught him a couple times, and he just kept going. Much respect to Andy Lee. I don't know what he got. Tyson Fury's in his corner, so I always look at that with a question.
What do they call that?
But good
cocky
victory.
Eye or something.
I would have given the victory to Zhang in a close fight. I want to see the rematch, and I think Zhang stops him.
Mr. Frazier.
Zhang didn't have a Chinaman's chance. I mean, listen, this is a guy, like
nice
you said, listen, Herkovich, he beat him, didn't get the decision. He beat Parker, didn't get the decision. Hey, listen, it's not over for him. He just got to go back.
He's 40, Jim.
He just got to go back.
He's probably older than 40.
You know,
Right.
But you got to give Joseph Parker credit. This is a guy that had 4 or 5 fights last year.
Very
He's
active.
been
Very
active.
active.
He's sharp, and he's starting to impress people. Luther and others, he's starting to impress. So I'm very proud of him.
You guys hit it on the head. You with him staying active and being sharp. Yeah. And you saying that if Zhang don't start, Jim. Don't start with me. And you by saying that if he would have finished him off and turned it up, he could have finished him off because he was looking.
Parker was looking like, man, I don't know if I want to take this. And Zhang looked like he took his foot off the pedal when he had him hurt.
Right.
He had him hurt numerous times earlier in the fight, and he didn't jump on him.
Come on, man. Okay. Now, do you think it was because, like Sugar Ray Leonard said, you don't know you lost it sometimes till you're in the ring, okay? And that's a hell of a place to lose it. I always use Johnny Bench, Mike Schmidt, and those guys said during the season, Mickey Mantle, I don't have it anymore. In the ring,
Sanguine's wings.
Oh gosh, there you go, Jim. Listen, guys. I don't think Zhang lost it. The man is 40, and we don't know if he's probably older than 40. So Zhang's
he
best
ain't your
option.
best looking Chinese man.
There you go, Jim the
with
fashion
the
model.
lips, with the lips,
okay, Jim. Listen, I don't care how he looks. Listen, I think he looks older than 40. I'll say that. But he has to go those first rounds, go all out, because he's not going to get a decision.
And you know your stamina issues.
Right.
He should not that he, but the older you are, you get more miles. He should have finished him off. He didn't seem like he attacked him.
Right. It was like, I got him. I'll take him out.
They shouldn't have went in at 291 unless he's going to be a sumo wrestler.
Well, that's a good point.
He's always a big guy.
Yeah, but
291?
Hey, Listen,
No,
man.
he's
He
right.
always comes in big.
And one thing I'm
maybe
gonna
at
say about
40
Joseph
or
Parker-
50, however old he is, it's harder to lose that weight, Jim. You know about that.
Especially if you're eating them Sanguine wings. Now, to your point, what I like about Joseph Parker, because I ripped on him before.
Yeah.
He wasn't one of my favorites, and I got
I
tired
still
of him
don't
being.
like him, but he's tough.
But
He's
I
a
didn't
tough
want.
guy.
I didn't have him in my top 10 for a long time, and I got upset when people did have him in the top 10. I'm gonna quit looking at you. But what I do like about him is what Jim said. He stayed busy, and what you said, he was. Well, you said sharp, and you say he stayed busy. He just fought Wilder in December.
and he's back.
So what is
again.
that? January, February, March. A couple
This
months
is about
later.
his fourth time
Who else
fighting
does
this
that?
year. Yeah,
So-
no heavyweight is
No,
doing that.
and he shows me what he's serious about being a champion.
Yeah,
and
and
now,
Andy Lee
and I
said,
know he's going to bust my chops. I said that Fury and Wilder separated themselves.
Oh,
well,
God.
it's gotten a hell of a lot closer. And so
And
now
those
in
guys
a
have gotten a
rematch,
lot older. You know,
Yeah.
you're seeing the wear and tear on Wilder. Even Fury, the way he looked against Ngannou didn't look good at all.
well, and since you mentioned it, but real quick, Parker Zhang rematch. Who do you like?
I think I like Zhang. I think Zhang jumps on him early. He's not going to sit there because he knows he can't get a decision.
Right.
I think he's going to try to jump on him, shoot his load.
And good point.
In the
Not to
first
remember what
4
you
rounds.
said. Herkovic, 2 knockdowns, lost, 2 knockdowns. How many times that happened?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Parker didn't dominate the
Yeah, I
rounds
mean, he
to
just-
make that
yeah,
up.
he
I'm
was
with you. I
throwing
think
punches,
he won
but
the
a lot
fight.
of them were hitting the gloves. Zhang was just
I think Zhang won
blocking
the
him,
fight.
trying to
Do you
wait
think
for a
Zhang
shot.
won the fight?
Yeah.
Get them. All right. Okay. When Jim gives you one-word answers.
Right.
Okay. Anthony Joshua, 28-3 and 28-3. Second round knockout against Francis Ngannou, who's 0-2. I told you guys Ngannou was overrated. Yeah, he did okay against Fury. Some people wanted to put him in the top 10. I know you didn't.
No.
I give him credit.
Jim exposed
let,
again.
let me
Is
say
that
this.
another effort, Jim?
I've said that Floyd Mayweather was the smartest boxer of all time because of how he made his money. Unbelievable. But the two smartest boxers besides Floyd are, what's the guy that he liked? Conor McGregor, because he didn't belong in the same ring with him, but he made a ton of money.
True.
And Floyd could have killed him in 2. And then Ngannou. Ngannou somehow got his way up, and
Ngannou got here you look at that. The straight left. I mean, no guard. That's bad. Like you said, a good boxer will beat a good MMA fighter anytime. Look, the left hand is all the way down. Joshua overhand right. Just puts him on his back for the second knockdown. And then the third
was
one,
nice.
just a straight right.
Oh, look at his leg.
Leg
Luther,
just
I want to
bent.
ask you something. Okay, we understand about the MMA thing and all that.
look at
Were
the
you
straight
that
right.
impressed with AJ, or this is something like Denny Green say, he was who we thought we were?
Yeah, I mean, this is how a skilled boxer. Look at that.
So he didn't jump in your
impress,
mind?
No.
Okay.
And I still think Usyk would beat this version of Anthony.
So you're not going to
Joshua.
go crazy just because you knocked this guy in 2 rounds?
Listen, this is what Fury should have done, but
Okay.
Fury
He's
is
Fury.
a wrestler.
He's
he
Fury.
tried to wrestle this guy. He was hitting him with bows and everything. I thought Ngannou had a stronger chin than this. I mean, he's taking elbows and everything from MMA, kicks and everything.
With that
Joshua
leg,
walked through him. Very disappointed. Again, but he made $20 million for this fight.
That's
alone.
why I say him and
His
McGregor.
last MMA fight, he made about $600,000. So
serious? That's something.
listen, man, it was huge money, and this is why these MMA guys are moving over to boxing, as I tried to tell you guys before, especially you.
How much did AJ making this?
He made a lot of money.
Luke, how much did he make
He made a lot
in
of
the
money.
Fury fight?
Who, Ngannou?
10
It
million.
was about $10 million. So
$30 million in 2 fights,
In
and he
2
made
fights.
$600,000.
Fury made 40 million.
Okay, the Parker watch is back out. But the point is, in 2 fights, he's made more than his whole MMA career. So when
And
people like
made
Jim
more than
talk-
all the MMA guys
and
combined.
And when people like Jim say, MMA is taking over boxing, I can't tell. Money talks. Everything else
I'm with
walks.
you. Good point. Mr. Frazier.
Well,
Good point, Luke.
I seen longer fights at the South Carolina LSU women's basketball game.
Oh, God.
Hey, listen, I moved the guy out of my top 10.
It's about
Well,
time.
now.
He should have never been there.
You know,
He's
I
11.
told you,
Right.
I tried to tell you guys before that Tyson Fury, although he's the greatest heavyweight
No,
of all
he's
time,
not.
he doesn't hit hard. Only body he hit hard was a 6'7" quitter.
No, he leaned on him.
Hey, listen, hey, listen. All I got to say is this doesn't mean it's over, and I'm not disappointed in
He said it's over.
His people fought him against the wrong guy. You know what I mean? Floyd Patterson was a great fighter, but when he was in there with Sonny Liston, and that's what Ngannou went in there against Sonny Liston.
Oh, my,
And
here you
I
go.
tell
Now you're
what,
back- now you're
this
back on
guy-
Joshua.
You guys got to give Anthony Joshua
Why?
credit because of the demeanor. He said, you guys used to say, it don't look like he's taking boxing serious. This is his 5th fight in the calendar year.
And he's
the
lost
guy
two-
is
he's
very
lost two of
active.
them,
Well,
right?
let me say this. I give Jim's right in the sense that Fury didn't take Ngannou seriously enough, and look what happened. AJ didn't play.
He didn't
I
play.
give you credit with
now,
you're right.
somebody that didn't play again. Everybody likes a Hall of Famer, Ken Norton. He got knocked out in the first round by George Foreman. Cooney knocked him out early. You know, these guys get knocked out. My favorite fighter, Jersey Joe Walcott, got knocked out in the first round in the second Rocky Marciano fight. So this is heavyweight boxing. I
But
think
those guys-
Lugano-
Those guys were
I think-
boxers, Jim.
I think
Right.
He had no-
Lugano. Maybe he couldn't. He got a split decision loss against Fury.
I think
but
he
I
won,
think
really.
he would be a good matchup, and he would go the distance with Usyk. So this was just a bad matchup
Maybe.
for it.
Good point,
And I
'cause
tell
Usyk
you
is-
what,
that's a good
don't
point.
forget, if you watch, it was classic. He set him up with the feint jab and came with a lead right hand, which is a no-no in boxing.
It didn't take much back. I mean, it was. He didn't really set a major trap, Jim. It just showed he was
The
very.
Liston set up
It
Floyd
showed
Patterson.
that Ngannou was very inexperienced. Those shots were wide open. He left himself wide open. It was like hitting a punching bag. So he could wind up, Jim.
He needs to go after the guys like Fury.
He needs to go back to
and
no,
Muhammad
he needs-
Ali.
Let's
Those
say what
type
it
of guys
is.
that
He needs
can't
to go
hit.
back to MMA.
Right. He
He
made
needs
his
to
money.
fight-
He
he
made
You made your
30
money.
needs to
million.
fight legends that can't hit hard. Fury and
No,
Muhammad Ali.
you're
Them
right.
type.
You're right about him fighting Usyk, but why would Usyk fight him unless there's a big payday?
Money, yeah,
But
Saudi-
are people? But his, I
That
think,
big money's gone after,
Right,
after
right.
getting
The star is
sparked out
gone.
like
Right.
that.
We seen in the first 3 rows.
come on,
They
Jim.
pay a lot of money, Lou.
Jim.
Where's the women
Hey,
at?
Jim, don't start that, man.
Where's the women at, Lou? They got some money. I want to start wearing. Nick Cannon still wears stuff like that, Lou.
You got what you got on your head?
I'm just
You gotta wave. You gotta wave. Next time,
I'm trying to
Jim, you gonna change your head
describe.
again,
I'm
Jim?
trying to describe what I see.
I'm describing what
If
I
I
see.
can
A
afford
wave
it, I
top
will wear
and a-
it. I like
tango.
the way they
Come
look.
on, man.
next for AJ.
Listen, AJ, I think he's ready for the winner. He wants the winner of Usyk and Fury.
And I'm okay with
They're trying
that.
to get, I kind of believe Fury's going to, use his weight
Say that again?
against Usyk. I think he's going to try to fight Fury, of course. That's the next fight. That's the next
The
big
winner
money
of.
fight. The winner.
That's
but
big
they're
money.
fighting twice. They're fighting
big
twice, Usyk and
Usyk.
Fury. It's a
I don't.
two-fight deal.
I'd say there's a contract there for Usyk Fury twice. But
Isn't
if Fury,
isn't the IBF snatching one of the
They're going
belts?
to, after this fight, one of the belts will probably get snatched.
So that's going to be between Herkovich and
AJ,
and AJ.
probably, right.
The fight for that title.
I don't
so
think
they could have a belt.
I don't think he'll do that. I think AJ wants big money fights. I don't think he's worried about
But
the
he-
Saudi
belts.
Arabia
No, no.
don't seem like they.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, if they pay him,
Yeah,
yeah.
he'll do it because he's going to have to wait for Usyk Fury 2 times. And
I,
then he'll
this
get
is
the
why I don't
winner.
think it's going to happen. I don't think if he wins, he won't fight for another 6 years, and if he loses, he'll retire. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to fight like
I'll be
they're
glad when
they're
he's go- I'll be
scheduled in
glad when
April.
Fury's going.
Luth, they're scheduled in April.
Yeah.
Usyk, okay.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up.
Wait a minute, I don't think
It's
April.
it may be it's maybe a little after June. Maybe
Yeah, because I don't
May.
have it for the
I think
April
it's May.
fights. So okay, May. He ain't gonna fight if they fight in May. He's not gonna fight in December a rematch.
We'll see. You never know with Fury. I mean,
Right, that's
they
what I'm
were supposed
saying.
to fight at the beginning of the year.
Right.
He's all
and
over
AJ's
the
not
place.
gonna wait.
Greatest
So,
of all time.
How are you the greatest with that resume? Stop.
Ngannou, you already said go back to MMA.
Go
I'm
back
with
to
you.
MMA. You
And
made your
think
money.
Usyk.
Get outta here.
Or you think he should go after an Usyk or somebody?
Well,
And
I
you're right
think-
about the matchup.
I think that he's out of my top 10.
He should have
but
been
not
in there.
far
So do you agree he should have
out of
never
my
been in there?
top 10, but you have to go. Listen, is the money important?
Oh yeah.
If the money is important, he's getting at least $10 million for
The
every
next fight?
boxing match.
Who Ngannou? Who's going to want to pay that kind of money now
The whole,
after the star is gone?
There's a community. You know, the
there's
biggest thing in sports is the WWE. They got they're
Jim,
the biggest
Jim,
thing.
you always try to crowbar
they
the
got,
W.
They,
Can we stick to
They
boxing,
got a
please?
red diamond.
Oh, my
only
gosh.
10 red diamonds out there. That means you got 100 million
Jim, can we
people
get back
that
to
subscribe
boxing?
to your channel. That's
Vince
more than all
McMahon,
sports.
can we
going
go
together.
back to
But what I'm
boxing?
saying is probably the second biggest is your UFC MMA community.
Well, why aren't those guys getting paid? Why?
Oh,
is
yeah,
They
there
ain't
you
getting
go,
why is
dude.
everybody trying to
They
get
ain't getting paid, but he gets paid because he brings that audience.
No, but Luther makes a good point. Everybody talks about MMA, which I'm not a fan of. I respect them, but if they bring in all this fan base, how come he's only getting 600,000?
Because
And he's the dog.
He's the big
because they don't have to pay those guys that much money.
Why not?
They don't because they haven't been. They don't
Because
have
Dana
to.
White. Dana
I
White
didn't
keeps
think
on
of
it.
that.
But,
what you- yeah,
but
yeah.
in boxing,
I didn't think of that, Luther.
if somebody's bringing that kind of numbers to the boxing event, that's why he's making $10 million because
Listen, now
they're bringing that.
here's an option. Now they could set up. Now, if Ngannou, I heard he was talking about going just strictly MMA.
But
But
in the hospital, they talking
Ngannou
about
and
hospital.
Wilder could
yeah.
sell as well.
Huh?
Ngannou and Wilder could still sell. It still would
yeah,
sell.
I can sell. That's true.
Saudi Arabia would pay for that, I believe.
Yeah, but Wilder will kill him, even though he's on the way down.
Well,
on his way
I know women's boxing is so popular, but y'all don't have nothing on this.
Jim,
list.
why you now you
No,
slander
because
that?
When
Come
we
on,
come
man.
back,
Let me just say this. I heard that Clarissa Shields fought a UFC
She won.
event again.
She got a belt.
And almost got her arm broke.
She
when
won.
we
She got
come
a
back,
belt.
some upcoming fights, including some April fights and a big name fight, which I'm not crazy about. When we come back to the boxing authorities. Welcome back to the boxing authorities. A fight that's signed, sealed, and I guess delivered is Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Now, my daughter Ida told me, she said, Daddy, they said it's going to be a tag team. He's going to wear headgear. He doesn't have to get tested for drugs, Jake Paul. And I said, I don't know if she's getting the information right. But then Doug, our producer, said the exact same thing. Luther?
Oh, man, it's celebrity boxing, man. These Paul brothers, as I tried to tell you guys how many years ago they were going to take over. Let's see. They got Floyd Mayweather a couple years ago. Now they get Mike Tyson. Two of the biggest boxers in history. I don't know how they do it. I don't like the fight. I mean, it's a spectacle. All these guys that wanted to fight Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather over the years,
you have a
and the
prediction?
Paul brothers get it. Yeah, I mean, listen. The prediction is it's going to be it's going to be a circus.
You think
Yeah,
circus,
it's
yes.
gonna
You
be a
think
circus.
it'll.
It's going to be a circus. It's not even a real fight. You know, it's not going to.
Well,
The
they're
guys in
saying-
headgear.
right.
You know,
A tag
Tyson's
team.
not going to be going out there trying to take their head off. He's 57. You know, it's like Jim going in the ring or something. Man. Come on, man. He's not going in to take their heads off. It'll be a nice circus. Him and Roy Jones. You know, we remember that fight.
I think
I
because
don't
of
know.
that, this is going to hurt ratings-wise. People are going to say, unless Tyson's allowed to go out and buy, if he can't hit him in the head.
People want to see whatever Tyson does, one of the hottest podcasts. You know, that's why I never understood why he was struggling with money. His name is money.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
just because
True,
Tyson's
true.
on Netflix, everybody's going to tune in. All three of us, we're boxing. We love, real boxing. We're not casuals. We love the sport, but we're going to tune in.
Tyson's
The
not-
casuals are gonna
Tyson's
tune
a-
Was
in.
his name money when he was driving into the tree with a Bentley?
You always got to
I'm
bring
just
it.
asking.
Listen, this is a
He always
different
gives
life.
you the bad
Right,
side.
right.
Of that. Muhammad fighting Trevor
yeah.
Burbick.
You always got to take the low
When he
life.
was choking
Spence.
Robin Guinness.
Spence.
Jeez. It'll be a great fight, a spectacle, but Tyson's now going to go all in. And when he's in there with headgear, Tyson's going to have some big balloons on his hands.
Hey,
so
who's
he
the
won't
guy
feel it.
you would know? Maybe you'd know too. The guy who's like a big dog announcer for UFC. Is it
Oh,
Portier?
Buffer?
I don't know.
Oh, Joe Rogan? Who
No,
you
no.
talking-
One of those guys was talking to Stephen A. Smith. He said, "Man, last time I saw Mike Tyson at a fight, he was in a cane." I didn't see that.
Probably Joe Rogan.
No, it wasn't Joe Rogan. It
Wasn't
wasn't
Joe
Joe
Rogan?
Rogan. No. But anyway, your thoughts on the fight?
Well, Has anybody seen Robin Gibbons' mom since the divorce?
Come on,
But
Jim.
no, I'm just asking. But let me
You're
just
gonna
finish.
go somewhere with that.
Let me just finish. My
Smoking
prediction,
Jim.
and Luther didn't give a prediction, so I'll give my prediction. I think Jake Paul put him out in 2.
Aw,
And
Jim.
if they fight in Mike Tyson, see, this is the thing. If they fight in Mike, like Luther said, Tyson's 57.
But he
If
could-
Jake Paul would have fought Mike Tyson in his prime, Paul would have got him in 6.
No, come on.
So,
Come on, Jim.
I'm team Jake Paul.
Oh,
I
now-
think people
oh,
want
now
Tyson.
you
Then
like
why does Jake Paul need headgear if he can beat Tyson in 2?
Well, I like-
Wait, does Tyson asking for a tag team or no? Jake Paul needs all the
Tyson's
help.
not asking for Holyfield in the corner.
Right,
or something.
right.
Come on, man.
Logan Paul
Tag
and
team
Jake
boxing.
Paul, they some
Tag
tough guys.
team boxing.
Okay,
I talked
let me
to
ask
some
you about
people
that
from Cleveland.
because
They
he's
tell me
being
how tough they
ridiculous.
are.
Let me ask you a question. You know what? When Doug told me that about and I did too, about the tag team boxing, what do you think of that? Do you think it'll catch on?
No,
And would you like that?
They have something like that where they have, each guy gets 2 minutes in the ring. I did see something like that where there's guys, each team has like 4 boxers. They each get 2 minutes in the ring.
I've
and
never
they go
heard
all
that
out.
or seen that.
Well, I've
But
seen that. See, the thing is with Luther and Mike Tyson, neither had a brother. So, don't get mad at the Pauls because they got a brother. You got to have a brother to tag in.
I do got a brother.
Since when?
Since forever.
I
Jim.
didn't know
I
that.
don't got as many as you.
I never knew that. I always thought you was the only child.
We know who his brother
No.
is, right? The what do you call him? What's he ever say every 5 minutes? BFF, brother
BFF.
to a different mother and all that. Gets along with
Yeah, we
everybody.
know about your more talented brothers, Jim.
I don't like the fight. I don't like the fight. If it was
It's a
straight
spectacle.
up, if it was straight up, then I mean,
But you're going to tune in. As is Jim, as am I. We're going to tune in. It's going to be a spectacle.
Because I got Jake Paul.
It's an exhibition.
well, Tyson.
It's an exhibition.
Well, when Tyson goes down like Ngannou, the guy he trained,
No.
It's
he'll
gonna
go
be-
just down.
It's gonna
That's
go-
how he trained
it'll go,
Ngannou.
it'll go to a decision. It'll be a draw.
You don't think Jake Paul knock him out?
No.
So you say
He's in there with
you
his
say Jake Paul by decision.
No, he just said.
Tyson, it'll probably
You
be a
say
draw.
Tyson by a draw. I got
Tyson
Jake
will-
Paul by knockout.
Listen,
I think it's
he's
gonna
in-
be-
He's in there with headgear.
Like-
Tyson's going to have some big balloons
18
on
ounce.
his, on his
Yeah,
hands.
that's right.
Well, just like with
25
Jones
ounces.
Tyson, like the guys keeping, what do you call them, judges, as soon as the fight happened, they threw the cards out and they said it's a draw. You know what I mean? That wasn't right
You
either.
got Tyson too.
Tyson's
or
gonna-
draw.
If he's allowed to, if they don't put a governor on him, which means you can only go so fast, if they allow him to go after him, then Tyson's gonna kill him because there's no headgear for the body. Okay. Am I right?
Right.
Tyson hits him in his shot with the body, it'll be all over. Like Jones did with Virgil Hill that time, or no,
Oh,
with,
Bernard Hopkins,
Hopkins
did
De La-
Oscar De La Hoya
De La Hoya.
with a body
he did
shot.
that to Virgil Hill too.
Right.
Bernard.
Jones.
Jones.
Yeah.
Jones was a
But
body
yeah, I'll
snatcher.
watch it, but I'm not going to be all wound up about it. And I don't like the fact. Well, what do they call that in wrestling when Andre the Giant used to fight? The handicap match, 3 guys.
Another thing, I told you guys this a long time ago. I said it was going to streaming boxing. You guys didn't believe me.
believed
Netflix,
You never
Amazon
believe
Prime,
anything he says.
and what's happening? The
Which
2 biggest fights.
also you can
PBC
watch-
moved all their fights to Amazon. Netflix got Mike Tyson on. Come
We
on,
did
man.
not believe you. We still don't understand.
No,
You
I don't
are-
either.
no,
I
you
asked
are-
Doug before the show.
You
what
guys
streaming
said
is.
it wouldn't happen.
I asked Doug
I gotta
before the
pull
show
tapes.
what does streaming mean. But speaking of that, we are now on www.keepboxingfree.com.
All right.
Yeah, so we're
All over the world,
We're on
all
like
over
your
the
boy nationwide on Capsule and all that. We're big time. Not as big as him yet though. All right, another fight that's coming up that I kind of forgot about till Luther reminded me. Rolly Romero. 15-1-13, who should be fighting more often against Pitbull Cruz, 25-2-1. Luther, I thought Rolly was rough around the edges, but a great. We're going to get to the Thurman Zoo fight, but I thought he could be something. Okay, but you can't, in my opinion, fight once every 3 years,
Yeah.
whatever the hell he
Pitbull's
has.
definitely been more
Oh, no doubt.
active than a Rolly Romero. I think it's an interesting fight.
Interesting.
Both of those guys lost to Tank and got bigger after a loss
Yeah.
to Tank. Rolly can talk a great game. Pitbull, well, he's still, he's still,
Pitbull.
He's Pitbull. But I didn't like his last fight. I didn't like Rolly's last fight. Both of these guys were very unimpressive. Rolly's going to have the size advantage. Pitbull throws no jabs. It's all hooks and uppercuts. I'm interested. I think I'm gonna go Rolly. I think Rolly can pull the upset.
Give him a chance.
Can I finish?
No, I was wondering, man.
Okay.
Is it because Pitbull's on the way down, or Rolly's that
I
good?
think Pitbull can get a hit. I think he's a little smaller. I think Rolly's going to do some roughhouse tactics. He's going to get back to bruising and doing what Rolly does. I think he can pull the upset. I'm going to go Rolly.
Okay.
We know Luther don't like Mexicans.
Oh, Jim,
Hispanics,
stop saying that, man.
Listen,
You don't like black fighters.
This is
You're
a bad,
anti-black.
this is a bad fight for.
Does he
uh,
like
Rolly
anybody
Romero.
after today?
Right.
Look, this is a bad fight. First of all, you got a guy who can't fight. He is awkward as you can be.
True.
And he's fighting a guy that's a technician.
Well, that makes it hard, though.
Pitbull is going to destroy him. I mean, there's going to be so many openings. He may retire.
We see
He may
Pitbull
retire
look.
Rolly.
Did you see Pitbull's last fight? He didn't look that
I'm
great.
talking
He can
here.
get hit.
I'm talking about this fight here.
He can get hit.
That's pretty good.
I'm talking about this
I'm
here.
calling it upset.
He-
Pitbull was favored. I'm calling for an upset. I think Rolly can get. I think Rolly
You
can
putting
get
some
him.
money on it?
I think
Lee
Rolly can get him.
McGinnis?
Okay, I'm sorry, a little low on the action there. I am with Luther. I think Romero is going to pull it off. I understand what you're saying about the technician against somebody but that's hard to fight somebody like that. Well, again, like when Duran fought Vinny that time, he said he thought Vinny was going to throw a right hand lead, which you were supposed to, Vinny would throw a left hook. So you really can't plan for a guy like Rolly. He's all over the place.
Well, Cat Williams said Earthquake was illiterate, but we know Rolly is illiterate. And this guy's going, I'm telling you, bet your house on the Pitbull.
Cat Williams
But
did a lot
I
of
think,
stuff.
oh, didn't he though? But
What did Cat
I
Williams
think
say
I
about
think
you,
Pitbull.
Jim?
Would you agree? What's that?
I said, what would he say about Jim?
I think Pitbull is on the way down. I can't say that about Rolly.
I mean,
you don't know.
Rolly hasn't fought in so long.
But he's young. He's still, the instincts may still be there.
And Rolly has a different trainer. Rolly switched to a
But do
new
you think
trainer.
he'll change?
I think, hopefully.
What do they say?
trainer.
I don't know. I know he left his last trainer.
All the great trainers are on the ground right now.
Well, he's
Derrick
right.
James is a great
Oh,
trainer.
horrible.
No,
He had
I'm
the
with
worst
Jim
year
on
of his
that.
life.
I'm
He
with
had
Jim.
the worst year of his life.
Okay, but he still, listen, he fought Terrence
He's great.
Crawford. He had a bad year.
You know, I was impressed with
yeah.
Joseph
He got
Parker's
his
trainer.
crumbs.
Andy
He-
Lee.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. He wasn't bad. But I'm with Jim. Those old guys
Yes.
Okay, those are legends, but you can't say.
But these
none of the
guys aren't
trainers
going to be
now.
legends.
We don't know that. Derrick James is on that way. Eddie Reynoso is
Dundee
on
was
his
a
way.
legend in
Thank
'60.
you. Thank you.
What was Jinx Morton was a legend right
All
away.
right,
Those guys
so
were
no
good.
good
Emmanuel
trainers.
Stewart was
Man, I
good.
tell you, man, you dinosaurs never give credit.
It's what it is.
to the generation. So none of these guys are good. Come on.
How'd they
That's a
improve? How'd
ridiculous
they improve the
statement.
fighter? What'd they do with Deontay Wilder? He was going to
I
move
didn't
his
say
feet. He got
him.
stuck.
I didn't say him.
Okay.
I said Derrick James.
Okay,
Eddie
who else?
Reynoso. I'm naming guys.
Well, you always
know,
rip on Reynoso.
Nah, because a lot of his fighters have popped dirty, but he's still on the Hall of
Ain't
Fame
his
page.
fault.
It's not his fault. He's not. I don't think it's him doing it. He didn't pop
All
dirty.
right. Okay, some other fights. The fight on this card. Tim Zhu, who we get accused of not liking him. We never said that
No,
on some
no.
emails.
Luther said
No,
that.
no.
I said
No,
I
no.
thought he was. I thought he was overhyped, but I said.
But you
Mind
also
on that.
said
And I said he's improving. The more
Right.
I saw him fight Tony Harrison.
I just
saw
wanted to
him.
see him
But when
fight
he first
more.
came over, I thought he was living off his dad's
Right.
name. But he proved that he is a true fighter and he's making
Right.
his own lane.
Right.
So I can change. I can accept when I made a mistake.
never ripped on
You
him.
can. I never ripped on him. I just
No.
said I thought the hype was a little too big.
we just wanted to see a little bit more.
Right. And I've seen
24
it
on
now.
17, and
Even
we
though I don't
like him.
Even though I don't like this fight against Keith Thurman.
Why don't you like it?
Because Keith Thurman is coming up. He hasn't fought in over a year.
I think it's a great fight for Zhu.
For Zoo, yes. Yeah, for Zoo, it's another
One time, I
showcase
think
fight.
he's taken one time a little too
Yeah, he's
serious.
fighting one
One
time
time
a
every-
year or one time every 3 years.
Luther, I don't. This guy was considered one of the. I don't know if he was a pound for pound guy. But he was being
at one
considered.
time, yeah.
Then all of a sudden, he said, "The
had
hell
some
with it."
great matches against Sean Porter.
Yeah.
But Tim Zoo, man,
He fights.
What he did to Tony Harrison,
I did-
man.
yeah.
This was a brutal knockdown, man. Just like 25 punches unanswered. I was waiting for the ref to come in. He just let that
Jim
man
wasn't.
take punishment. Jim would have kept it going. Tony was going there. But look at this. I mean, he throws power in
You know who
both
would have
hands.
stopped it? Manny Sanguian would have stopped it.
But here's the thing. We know, look
Actually, he
at
would
that
have
uppercut.
stopped it.
Oh, 4
He was a good
uppercuts.
backstop.
Where's the referee? Oh, my goodness. But Tim Tszyu, very active. I'm very impressed, and I think
we get a
Keith Thurman
prediction?
goes down. Tim Tszyu in the stoppage in 7.
Oh, all right. Smoking?
Tim Tszyu all the way, like Claudio and Luther said. I'm shocked that one time Thurman, which he ain't got in the ring yet, but I'm at least shocked that he agreed, to fight a guy like this. This could be his going out party.
Cash out fight.
Yeah.
He must have made a lot against Pacquiao because he hasn't done much.
One Pacquiao
since,
fight will
yeah.
set you up. Look at Tim Bradley.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, some other fights in April. One that I'm interested in, Luth. This is April 13th on ESPN. FA had Jogba, 19-1-14, against Guido Vianello, 12-1-10. And the fight that Guido lost was against Banks, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he got a cut, and he was doing well.
Jonathan Rice.
I always
Jonathan
call him
Rice.
Banks. Who the hell is Jonathan Banks?
And where the heck is Jonathan Rice?
Oh, he
at?
just packed it.
I
He's
mean,
in the barber shop.
He gets a upset victory, and
And this
he
guy fought
disappears.
twice since then. Vianello fought twice since the cut.
But again, like you said,
Yeah, and he
like
won.
you
This is
said, when you don't have a promoter behind you,
Yeah,
you can go a long time without big money, big time fights.
but you got to fight.
Yeah. I don't know. Remember a couple fights ago, he was like, "Thank Al Heyman, I could retire and all this." And
He was
he's
on a
only
big.
fought once since then.
He was on ESPN. He started building a fan base. Who the hell is Jonathan Banks? Is he a boxer?
I'm not sure.
There was a football player, Jonathan Banks.
Okay, I keep
years
calling him Banks.
ago.
But Rice, he beat that football player twice.
And he beat Michael
Coffey.
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 He
That's
beat
what I'm
Michael
talking about. Coffee twice, dominated when he was supposed to lose. He was
Yeah,
supposed to be
yeah.
and he looked good. And he
Against
beat
Guido.
Vianello with a cut, but he won. And you would think that he would get in the ring quick. That was, I don't want to say a year and a half ago.
Well, he did say he was trying to have a couple kids. Maybe he's been
Well,
busy
hell, it doesn't take
otherwise.
that long. Or else he'd be in another business. Smoking, your thoughts on Vianello and Jog? Well, the prediction, Jogba Vianello, I'm sorry.
I like F.A. I think F.A.'s going to get him. I think he stops him. Guido, good story, but he doesn't have the punch. He doesn't have the chin. I think he goes out with a KO again, another TKO.
Okay, you have
loss
him
for
in
him.
KO, okay.
Give me F.A.
Smoking?
Well, again, Jonathan Rice, friend of mine.
Uh-oh.
And he's just like Buster Douglas. Both of them were great basketball players, played college basketball, got all the talent in the world, but don't love boxing. And so that's what hurt both of them. Right here, everybody know I love the African. I think that he's the biggest power puncher maybe in the last 20, 30 years in boxing. He's complete. I'm glad Luther's back on the bandwagon.
I'm not on the bandwagon
I do
anymore.
not like this fight for Guido. I tell you what, I'm a fan of Guido's, but I think that this is a little bit. They're biting off. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. I think they biting off a little bit more than they can chew. I think this is as good a heavyweight as there is in the
my
world
goodness.
in Ajabe.
My dad would have said F.A. in about 3. I'm going with Guido Vianello.
Oh.
He's not bad. He's not bad. He just has to, I mean,
Yeah,
every
we know
time
why
I've
you're
seen
saying
him.
that.
What's
huh?
that?
We know why you're saying that. Come on, man. What has he shown you?
He's
In the
shown me
heavyweight division?
more ability. I went in skeptical. What do they call that with the eye? I couldn't get it right when you said
Eye
that.
test. What do you
Well,
mean?
there was something that you said earlier about when you made a prediction, they would give you a dirty eye. I forget what they call that.
Cataracts.
Anyway, he impressed me, and I was hard on him when he went in there. And when I saw he's not bad for his size, he's a little quicker than I thought. I would like to see a little more power when I see a big boy
I'd
like
like
that.
to see a chin. I'd like to see more power.
Well,
I'd like to see some more
Rice hit
movement.
him. He just got cut.
Yeah, he was beating Rice.
Yeah, he was beating Rice pretty easily.
And got cut easily,
He got
too.
Well, that's what happens
He's a
with us.
bleeder.
We get cut
He's a
easy.
bleeder.
We get cut easy. But I'm going to go with Vianello. And I don't know.
run it down another
Yes,
L for
please.
Claudio?
I don't know if it's going to be a stoppage. Or we got to do the things. Who won last year, by the way?
No,
Jim?
Jim, I don't think you won. We got to go back.
I'm
and
going
look.
with Vianello. I got to go with
Oh,
Vianello.
last fight.
My dad would pick a
Stop.
Jogba in 2 or 3. I'm going with Vianello. Now, I don't know why this fight is taking place, and I don't know
love
if
it.
it's dangerous or
You
not.
know, Big Baby, he just got in some more trouble. He had
This one?
Yeah, Big Baby Anderson. He
'Cause
got
the
in
other
trouble.
Big Baby got in trouble.
Both Big Babies
What'd
have
this one
gotten in
do?
trouble. He was in a chase with police. You guys?
This one?
Yeah, I sent it to you guys.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, Big Baby was doing some Big Baby
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, that's right. My fault. I forgot about that.
Thought he was OJ in a Bronco. led the guys on a chase. But
Well-
Big Baby, listen, Big Baby, I was very impressed, when he started off. But, after hearing interviews, it seemed like he was lacking confidence. Roy Jones is trying to speak something into him, and he's like, I'm only 26. And now with this police chase, he's going to have to get his head together. The heavyweight division is his for the taking.
No doubt.
If he can get it together, stay out of trouble. He made a big thing. His brother is in jail. And after what he did, he could have been following
Don't
his
give him
footsteps.
softballs,
So
please.
hopefully he gets it together. But I got Big Baby stopping Riyadh in about
Who is he?
four.
And why this
tomato
fight?
can. He's a tomato can.
But why this fight?
Just a stay busy fight.
But Luther, you want...
It's
I'm
time
with
for him
you.
to step up. I
Right.
agree. It's time for him to step up. I would have liked to see him fight a Guido.
Yeah, okay.
Or Fa.
Or FA. Jim, what I'm worried about is what Luther said. Here's a guy who has it right there.
Yeah.
He's got the skill, he's got the look, he's got the mouth, the attitude, maybe not. But he's got the division, not only in the ring, but out of the ring. Okay? And he seems like, I don't want to say he's throwing it away, but he's got the arm cocked. Your thoughts?
Well,
That was pretty
I
good.
like
man.
that.
I like that.
Arm
Thank you.
cock.
All
Yeah,
right.
I like that baseball analogy.
You and Luther seems to have the same opinion on Big Baby, and I always thought he was softer than Baby Doo-Doo. I never liked him. I never thought he was. I thought he was the most overrated. This man ran his whole amateur career from Richard Torres.
Oh,
Now he's
my-
running
stop,
away from
Jim.
Oh,
Big
everybody's
Baby.
running from
Listen,
Richard Torres.
there's
Where's
money.
Everybody.
There's finally money in the heavyweight division. And what's he doing? He's running away from the money. I mean, his
running away
brother
from the
that's in
police.
jail made more money in a week selling drugs in Houston than this guy's made his whole career. Listen, there's money to be made. You cannot continue to keep fighting these setups. Sooner or later, you got to
Is
go
it him
after
or
a
is
big
it-
money.
is-
fight.
Well,
Oh,
but
you played the promoter.
Luther always says about Top Rank, they're a machine. This is a good tool for that machine, but I don't think they're working him right. Or maybe, Luther, maybe they're saying, I don't know if he's ready for big time
He
yet.
ain't.
Maybe.
He
Maybe.
ain't.
Listen, they're moving him and Torres at a very snail pace. Torres is fighting guys fresh out of a Uber car.
I like the way
it's a
I like
disgrace.
they're moving him the same way they moved Michael Spinks. The
No,
Spinks
they're
kid.
not. What?
Spinks only had
Spinks?
9 fights in 4 years. His first
Leon.
4 years, Michael. He only had 9 fights in his first 4 years. So they're moving him right. They're doing
it's
it.
not-
They're doing it in training.
timing
camp.
is everything in
the guys
life.
he's fighting, you haven't even heard of most of the guys.
Same-
Other
same
than Charles,
guys that
the
Michael
only guy
Spinks
you
was
heard on his
fighting.
resume, Charles Martin.
Charles Martin. And he had
Same
a
And that
guys
was a tough time.
Who?
With Prince
Sharon
Charles
Big
Martin.
Baby Anderson.
Oh, I
Prince
thought
Charles-
you was talking about
that-
Torres, a real fighter.
No,
Okay,
we've
yeah.
never heard
Yeah,
anybody.
you're right.
We've never heard anybody on Richard Torres.
No, I'm
record.
saying
Nobody.
They was moving
No one.
Torres the same
And
way.
I'm with
They
moving
are.
people.
They're
I'm with
moving him
moving people.
slower than Big Baby.
Luther, we're not saying fight Fury, Usyk, or Wild or Age. We didn't say that. But fight somebody, a Herkovic, or I don't even say Vianello. I think he's above
Danny
Vianello.
Dubois. Let's get some
okay.
young guys
Vianello
going.
would knock out Big Baby.
Well, I don't know
he
about
wouldn't.
that.
No, he wouldn't.
But I'm saying, Luther, I think you agree with me. We didn't say Usyk. We didn't say top 3 or 4. But fight Herkovic or
Get somebody in the top 15. This guy might not be in the top 50.
agree.
I've never heard of this
him.
guy.
I never. Okay, Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall rematch, April 27th. Luther.
So disappointed in Josh Taylor's last performance against T.O. I'm going with Jack Catterall. He beat him the first time, got robbed on the cards.
What's he
I
mean
think
different?
I think he's going to get him this time. Josh Taylor should move up. It seemed like he was having a difficult time making 140. I'm going Jack Catterall
Jim?
Again,
in a decision. So,
again, I say this over and over again, and people misunderstand. I love evenly matched fights. I'm a boxing fan. These are 2 average guys. I mean, these are just as average guys that should not even be considered for no world championship. But I tell you what, it's going to be a great fight. 2 guys that are like at the same level of ability. They're going at it. It's going to be I wish it was
That's
15 rounds. I
that's-
wish it was still
that's
championship
that's
rounds.
disrespectful.
Well, that's the truth. I mean, the truth hurts. The truth hurts.
disrespectful,
I
bro.
told you before
Listen,
when
these are
Josh
not
Taylor
C-level
was in your
guys.
top 10, I told you he was a bum. And, you know,
He's
you
not
ain't
a bum.
pound for pound up there.
He's not a bum. He's not a bum.
Is he still in your top 10?
No.
Okay.
That doesn't mean he's a bum. You had Ngannou after one loss in the
Pardon
top
me?
10.
Pardon
You
me?
had Ngannou in the top 10 after
So did
one
the
loss.
WBC. Now let me hear it. Let me
Come
hear
on.
you say something
and
about
you
that.
both were wrong.
You know what?
But
You want to
I
save
love
Haney
evenly matched
Garcia
fights.
next show? Let's do that because I know we got a lot to talk about with that. But I think Catterall, and I'm going to ask you something real
My
quick to close
prediction
the
is
show.
Josh Taylor here.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna ask
Decision?
you
Yeah,
a
yeah.
question. You said Taylor came in a little. He should move up.
I think he should move up. He had, it seemed
Why?
like- 'cause
Is
he
it
looked-
attitude that whenever you
I
don't
think
make
he's-
weight?
He's a
is it-
big guy for
Okay,
140,
all right.
and I think he was weight drained. He looked as
Okay.
slow as
Because
ever.
there is a difference
Yeah.
if you don't make weight. It could be attitude, which means
No,
lack
he
of
made
training.
weight, but the way you make weight, he looked sluggish.
Okay.
His last two fights against Catterall and
right.
Teo, he looked absolutely horrible because he's having a tough time making that weight.
Well, when you watch NCAA wrestling, you don't see many black guys because y'all don't like to do weight.
here come the
you know, there's a
anti-black
weight.
Jim.
You know, there's weight limits for a reason. He has no trouble making weight.
He
black
admitted
guys,
he admitted he
you
made trouble
black
making
guys
weight.
Being 135 and you got to wrestle at 185 because you don't want to get up off the pig's feet.
Jim, we know you had to
Sweet
get your
potato
squeeze off,
pie.
but Josh
He
Taylor
admitted
admitted he had trouble making
When
140.
did he admit that? Why is
when
he
he
still
talked about
fighting
moving
now?
up to 147 to fight Terrence Crawford, he said
Well,
he
that
had a
was for
tough
big
time.
money.
He
That
said
was
he
for
had a
big-
tough time making 140.
And he would get destroyed. He can't beat
no doubt.
nobody at 140.
No,
147
you're right.
would kill him.
That's why he's staying at
That's why
140.
he's trying to kill himself to stay down
He's
there.
Crawford-
killing himself.
Yes. He's
It's
having
hard.
a tough time. He
He
said it was
He
hard.
sure looked pretty good against T.O.
No, he didn't.
No, he had
He
no
did
talent.
not.
He had no
He
talent.
did not look good. He was
Against
slow.
Teofimo?
He's
Put your
always
gla-
been
Put your
slow.
glasses
He's
back on,
always
Jim.
been slow.
Where your glasses at, Jim?
well,
You could not have seen
no,
that fight.
he didn't look good
He
against
didn't
No,
look good.
he fought a guy with talent. He don't
yeah.
have talent.
No.
He also didn't look good against Jack Catterall the
That's
fight
when
before.
yeah, that's
He
when it
won
started
the
to go
fight.
He's
down.
struggling
He won the
with his
fight.
weight.
That's when it started
He didn't
going
win the
down,
fight.
Luther.
He didn't win the fight. He
After
got
that.
dropped twice that fight.
Right.
Jack Catterall beat him worse than Teo.
These guys are average.
It wasn't
fighters,
right.
average fighters.
A great point again, no doubt. Okay, well, as always, we hope you enjoy our show as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Boxing Authorities.